Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Lloyd Davis, and today I will be presenting my Capstone project focused on modernizing U.S. Army recruiting through influencer-based marketing and data-driven strategy. This project addresses a critical issue that directly impacts not only recruiting operations, but also long-term force readiness and national security. Throughout this presentation, I will walk through the problem, explain why it matters, present a modern solution, and demonstrate how it can be implemented and measured effectively. This is structured as leadership level briefing with a focus on actionable outcomes rather than just theory. The Army is currently facing a significant recruiting challenge driven by multiple converging factors. First, the pool of qualified applicants has declined substantially over time. Currently, only about 23% of the U.S. population meets basic eligibility standards due to issues like education, fitness, and legal qualifications. Second, there's a growing civilian-military divide. Fewer Americans have direct exposure to military service, which reduces familiarity and interest in joining. Finally, traditional recruiting methods are no longer as effective with younger generations who primarily engage through digital platforms. These combined challenges create a situation where recruiting is not just difficult, it requires transformation. This issue has serious implications beyond just missing recruiting targets. It directly impacts force readiness, which is the Army's ability to maintain fully staffed and operational units. If recruiting continues to fall short, it creates gaps in manpower that can affect mission capability and increase operational strain on existing personnel. From a broader perspective, this becomes a national security concern. A sustained inability to recruit qualified individuals threatens long-term military effectiveness and preparedness. This is why solving this problem is not just optional, it is essential. Despite these challenges, there's a clear opportunity to modernize recruiting by aligning strategies with current market behavior. Today's younger generation consumes information differently. They rely heavily on social media, peer recommendations, and influencers rather than traditional advertisement or institutional messaging. Influencer marketing presents a powerful opportunity because it builds trust and relatability. When combined with data-driven targeting, it allows recruiters to focus on high probability candidates instead of broad, inefficient outreach. This shift represents a move from mass marketing to precision engagement. The proposed strategy is built on three key components. First is targeted outreach. This involves using demographic and behavioral data to identify individuals who are most likely to qualify and be interested in military service. Second is influencer partnerships. Local influencers, such as athletes, community figures, or micro-influencers, can help deliver authentic messaging that resonates with the target audience. Third is the use of CRM systems and analytics. These tools allow recruiters to track leads, measure engagement, and continuously refine their approach based on real-time data. Together, these components create a modern, efficient recruiting model. To ensure this strategy is effective, it is guided by clearly defined SMART objectives. The first objective is to increase qualified leads by 25% within 12 months. This focuses on improving the quality of prospects, not just the quantity. The second objective is to increase engagement rates by 40% through digital platforms and influencer content. The third objective is to reduce cost per lead by 20%, making recruiting more efficient from a financial standpoint. Finally, the fourth objective is to improve recruiter productivity by 10% by reducing time spent on unqualified prospects. Each of these objectives is measurable, time-bound, and directly tied to operational success. From a financial perspective, the strategy requires an estimated investment of approximately $60,000 per recruiting station annually. This includes costs associated with influencer partnerships, digital advertising, and CRM tools. However, the break-even point is relatively low. The strategy only needs to generate an additional 5 to 7 enlistment contracts per year to justify the investment. Given the expected improvements in targeting and conversion rates, this represents a strong return on investment and a low-risk approach. Additionally, improved efficiency reduces wasted effort and resources over time. To ensure accountability and performance tracking, several key metrics are used. Cost per lead measures how efficiently resources are being used to generate prospects. Conversion rate tracks how many leads turn into qualified applicants and ultimately enlistments. Engagement rate reflects how well the messaging resonates with the target audience. Finally, return on investment evaluates the overall financial effectiveness of the strategy. These metrics are tracked through CRM systems and analytics platforms, allowing leadership to make informed, data-driven decisions. The implementation follows a structured 3-phase approach. Phase 1 is a pilot phase. This involves testing the strategy in select recruiting areas to evaluate effectiveness and identify any adjustments needed. Phase 2 is expansion and optimization. Based on pilot results, the strategy is refined and expanded to additional locations. Phase 3 is full deployment. At this stage, the strategy is standardized and implemented across all recruiting operations. This approach is phased and minimizes risk while allowing for continuous improvement. This project integrates several key MBA concepts. From a marketing perspective, it applies segmentation, targeting, and positioning to reach the right audience. From an analytics standpoint, it uses data to drive decision-making and optimize performance. Financial analysis is used to evaluate cost, return on investment, and overall feasibility. Finally, strategic management principles ensure that the solution aligns with long-term organizational goals. These concepts work together to create a comprehensive and practical solution. Before I close, I want to briefly reinforce the strategic impact of this proposal. At its core, this project is about aligning Army recruiting with how today's generation actually makes decisions. Traditional methods are no longer enough in a digital-first environment where trust is built through peer influence and online engagement. By combining influencer marketing with data-driven decision-making, this strategy creates a measurable advantage. It allows recruiters to focus on higher quality leads, improve engagement, and operate more efficiently. Another key strength of this approach is scalability. Once implemented successfully, this model can be expanded across recruiting stations nationwide, creating consistency and improving overall performance across the organization. Most importantly, this is not just a marketing improvement, it directly impacts mission readiness. Recruiting is the foundation of the Army's strength, and improving it strengthens everything that follows. The final recommendation is that the Army should begin modernizing its recruiting strategy immediately. This includes adopting influencer-based marketing, investing in data analytics, and shifting toward targeted outreach. This approach aligns with how today's audience consumes information and provides a scalable solution that can significantly improve recruiting outcomes. Waiting to adapt will only widen the gap between current methods and future effectiveness. In conclusion, the Army's recruiting challenges require a modern, data-driven solution. By leveraging influencer marketing, improving targeting, and using analytics, this strategy provides a scalable and sustainable way to improve recruiting performance. It not only addresses current challenges, but also positions the Army for long-term success in an evolving recruiting environment. Thank you for your time, and I will welcome any questions.